Hey guys, it's me. I did my makeup and so I think I lost 2 pounds. I'm very excited. Um I hardly get dressed up, but I'm like, I have not seen my face and I have not seen like my body or anything like dressed up in so long. So I keep give making these videos where it's like I have like no face on. So this is no filter. I did my brows, and little weird fact is that I, since I colored my hair brown, I actually do my brows brown too, and then my freaking eyes, like you could see the little bit of brown in it, um, but it just makes my eyes pop out. I don't know what it is. It gives that little bit of twinkle. Weird stuff, but anyways, my weight loss journey is going. I am on a 1,300 calorie diet, and the way I've been working at it is I try to be under during the week for my calories. So during the weekend, if I want to splurge, I can splurge. So during the week, I was like under 800 calories because I think on Tuesday, I just freaking fell asleep early. I was like, girl, the only way you're not going to eat is if you just go to sleep. So just eat what you can and freaking take your melatonin and go to sleep because you have a goal. So I went to sleep. I know it's not the most, but I was also tired from work. So I was just exhausted and I went to sleep. And long story short, and then I was over a couple times in the rest of the day, but I mean week, but because I was trying to save these calories for the weekend, so I can splurge a little bit. Like, usually on Sunday, I treat myself to a little pasta and a little pizza, which is my favorite. It's just like so bad, but I'm like, listen, I've been eating salads. Like, I literally ate a salad and I was still hungry. So then I was like starving. And then I was like, you know what? This is why I saved my calories to splurge. And so I was like, okay, I need to splurge. And yeah, so I splurged and it was very, very interesting. I'm trying to like basically get to know myself better. Like I realized during the weekends I'm really busy. I could probably have eat healthy like morning and lunch, but by dinner I'm just like tired and I have no self-control and I'm going to probably want a slice of pizza after work. Especially during the weekends. Especially during the weekends like it just gets so crazy. I need to splurge. Um During the week, maybe I'll have like a piece of chocolate here or whatever. But actually, counting my calories has been helpful because I now know how much I actually eat, which as before, like before I had no idea, and I was definitely eating more, and I was definitely eating like so much chocolate, so much crap. Like I didn't have a handle on my food. My food had a handle on me. So I'm like having a fight with my food right now. Like weekends, it kind of wins. And I was like, and I'm prepared for that now. Weekdays, I kind of have like one day that I fast. So I drink more water and I drink like so much water. I eat a little bit like fruit or whatever. And I just tell myself, girl, you're fasting today because you need these calories for the weekend. And I don't know if it's good or bad, but this is kind of the way I've been doing it so far. And I exercise like 2 times this week. So um, this is just my second week, and I'm using the app Lose It, and I really my girlfriend that we're in this Biggest Loser contest with, she recommended this app, and I have to say it's really good. You can tell how many carbs and protein and fats you're eating during the week, And it also can tell you like, oh, you did not like, it could tell you if you have any leftover calories that you want to put towards the weekend. So it's like very helpful, you know, especially for someone like me. I've never done this much math in my life. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm like 700 calories. All right, now I can do 200 over here, one over here. Like, I constantly feel like I'm like freaking doing math. Like, math I've not done in a long time, you know? I just can't believe like I was eating so much before and I didn't even care and I didn't even know, you know? And sometimes I wasn't eating at all. So like this kind of app is making me eat and it's giving me the goal of 13 calories, 1300 calories. So I can tell a little difference. Like I'm seeing a little bit of my jawline coming in. It's like, "Oh shit. What's going on here?" So I had to freaking put some makeup on. But that's like me and my girlfriend, we're doing this together and we used to do track in high school. We were like in such amazing fit shape. Like we she had like the most amazing arms. I had like the most amazing like, you know, my legs were just like tight, you know. I you could see definitions. Like it was just I was just like in such a good we both used to run together in track, and so now we're doing this and we both kind of lost it and we're motivating ourselves. And I think the biggest motivation for us is the clothes because I'm not gonna lie, as much as I love plus size clothes, if I want to wear something really we get discriminated against. I'm not gonna lie. Like I see some clothes in the non plus size section and I'm like, what the hell? Like this should be in my size, not in that size, because my body can fit it better, you know? Because I'm curvy. So why the hell is this not in my size? Like you just don't get things in your size and sometimes you're in between sizes. Like I am like a 14, 15 right now, or sometimes a 13, 14. You know? So I was usually like my whole life, I was like a size 8. Then I went to a size 10. I think it was a size 7 or 8 growing up. And then I went to a 10. Then it just kept going up. At one point, I was a size 18, like, you know, or like 17 or 16. So I just have fluctuated so much. And I don't know. It's just gonna be very interesting to finally get a hold onto this thing. My goal for next week is, now that I've counted my calories and come up with a strategy, I am going to start to eat more protein and cut down on my carbs and start to have like low carb days and when I'm fasting, and have high carb days when I'm like working out. Because the problem is that carbs just don't carbs is the problem. Freaking carbs, you know? It's your calories, but it's also the carbs. So I don't know what to say. So I want to get to my goal faster, and I know me, once I cut my carbs, my weight goes like phew down, you know? It's just so hard to cut carbs because I've been having bad eating habits like for so long. So I looked at my macronutrients and lose it, and it was like mostly fat and carbs, and it was like only like 15 to 25% of protein. And I was like, this is ridiculous. You know, I'm like, "Ugh, no wonder I'm eating like." And plus, when you eat carbs, you get hungry like 2 hours later. When you eat protein, you're like freaking. You don't need to eat for like a whole like maybe two, three. You can actually like not eat for 3 hours. And my problem has become like, because I eat, whenever I eat, like I eat a salad for my lunch, and then 2 seconds later I'm like hungry. So, you know, it's like realizing like, oh, I don't want to be fucking pardon my language, hungry every freaking 2 hours. I don't want to feel like a little baby. You know, like I want to be like, that's why in the mornings I try to have a protein shake, and that like holds me off for like a couple hours. And then by like 12 or like 2 or 3 o'clock, I get really hungry, and then I have my salad, and then I'm just like, okay. Then 1 hour later it's like, girl, you need to eat again, you know? So, you know, it's just a process of Like I realize I don't want to be obsessed with food anymore, and the only way not to get obsessed with food is to eat protein because you're just not eating that much, and the protein actually holds you off. Another thing that I have added is apple cider vinegar tablets, 600 milligram. Do not, they say to take two, but don't. And I used to take one in the morning on an empty stomach, but I don't recommend that either. You should eat something and then take it because it's so strong, that pill. I think it's from True Health or something, and that has helped me that has helped me like not have that many cravings because apple cider vinegar has always like every time I used to drink it and like during quarantine, and it just killed my cravings. So that really helped me a lot because I have so many cravings if I didn't have that, you know? So right now I kind of feel like I definitely feel like a food addict. I really do. I'm like, ooh, like my lips are twitching, and it's like, oh, there's no chocolate around. Like anything bad is not around me, and I'm gonna win this freaking war against food. I do not care. I'm winning. Like, I'm like, like, it has won against me for so many years. And I always had to, like, I always felt bad. I'm like, oh my God, why can't I get a hold of this? And then I'd gain all this weight. Then I'd come back, and then I'll lose it. Then I'll gain it back double time. And I come to the conclusion it's like, no, like, let me count my calories first and let me start to lose the obsession over food. And the one thing I do is I do give myself a cheat meal once, like, is usually on Sunday night after work. Like, once my work week is over, I'm like, peace. And I think the reason why I ate the way I ate was because I wasn't counting my calories. I just wasn't conscious. There were just so many other things taking my brain space. And I just didn't want to scan my food. I didn't want to, like, I think it was just not I just didn't want to be conscious of it. And I was really just an emotional eater. And food was like my friend. And now I'm realizing, no, like, food is like your frenemy. It's not your friend. It will become your friend once you know how to control it. But right now it's a frenemy. It's trying to act nice, you know, walk around like a chocolate piece of chocolate, and then it's like, you want me? I know you want me. And I'm like, no. And then you're like, yeah, and then you're just like, oh. But I am motivated this time because I'm part of a contest, and the other thing that's motivating me is that summer's coming up, and I this is the first summer I want to be in great shape. And I just don't have time for, people, things. Like I'm just honestly putting a lot of my attention on my goals this year from the get-go. And I don't have time and energy for anything else. And honestly, this does take willpower. Like putting your health, making your health a priority is does take a lot of willpower in the beginning because you're fighting like your cravings, you're fighting like your mindset, you're fighting like, am I gonna lose weight, or this stupid lose it app, and like trying to write down all your calories and not lie to yourself like, oh, I'm not gonna input this, and it doesn't exist. Like, no, it does exist. So there is a fight, and it's only been 2 weeks, but I do see a difference in the way I approach food. I'm not approaching it like, it's like I used to approach it from my heart. Like I would get really emotional, and I'm like, okay, food, let's eat, let's hang out, let me eat you because I'm feeling emotional. Like now I'm more like, from now when I it's more like brain. It's like brain over heart, like mind over matter. It's like, no. It's like, you are not becoming this frenemy's friend. You know what it did to you. It's time to like do something else. So being more conscious, and I'm trying to change things in my brain and going about food with my mind, not my heart. And we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm determined. I mean, like I said, it is not easy. I don't care what anyone says. It's not easy. And the reason why it's not easy is because you do feel like you're starving yourself in the beginning. You're like, oh my God, I'm gonna freaking die. Like, I'm so hungry. Like, and it's like, but you know how many calories, you already ate all your calories. And then you're like, crap, like, what am I supposed to do? If I eat too much, then I can't eat tomorrow. And you start to like, so I've come to conclusion that you need to have a strategy, and I'm the strategy queen. I'm a strategist, so low key. So like I said, if you're following me, just start to count your calories and see where you're at and take it from there. So anyways, thank you and good luck.